Hi, Kinder. Today we're going to be practicing more words that have the long I sound. So that's the sound that we're still going to be focusing on, the long I sound. So first, make sure you have a paper and pencil because at the end we will get to spell a little bit. Okay, let's quickly warm up our brains and just review what we learned yesterday. So yesterday we learned that the spelling IGH makes the long I sound. What sound does IGH make? That's right, it makes the long I sound. Everyone should have had a long I sound like that. Let's read some of the words that have the long I sound with our new spelling that we learned from yesterday. Hi. The word is high, like when a bird flies high in the sky or when you give someone a high five. Hi. Let's read our next word. I, night. Night, like when it's nighttime and you have to go to sleep. Night. Let's read our next word. Light. Light, like when you turn on the light. All right, so remember, that's what we learned yesterday. This was just a quick review. IGH makes the long I sound. But, Kinder, did you know that there are so many different spellings and letters that make the long I sound? Today, we're going to look at two words that have the letter Y at the end that actually also make the I sound. So let's read them. The word is try, and my word is dry. Try and dry both have the long I sound at the end, but they are written with the letter Y. Now, I'm going to read some of these sentences just so I remember what try and dry mean. Try your best on your homework. Dry your hands with a towel. So, Kinder, I'm thinking about these words, and these words are also action words. Can you show me action? Say action. That's right. Action words are when you're moving, when you're doing something. So, try and dry are both action words or verbs. They both mean doing something. So try your best on your homework. It means you are trying your best on your homework. Dry your hands with a towel. That means you are drying your hands with a towel. So those are both action words. But you know what else I notice? I notice that both of these words are happening right now. Can you take out your two hands and say right now? Point at the floor, say right now. Perfect. So let me tell you what I mean. If your mom said, try your best on your homework, she means try your best on your homework right now. She doesn't mean try your best on your homework next month or next year. She means right now. If your mom or dad says dry your hands with a towel, does your mom mean dry your hands with a towel 2 years from now? Dry your hands with a towel on Friday? No, she means dry your hands with a towel right now. So another fancy way of saying that is present tense verbs. Oh, that's a really big word. Let's take that out of our mouth. Say present tense verbs. Very good. Present tense verbs are just action words that are happening right now. So try and dry are both action words that are happening right now. That's all that means. So today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing our present tense verbs. Oh, every time you hear that fancy word, I want you to point down and say right now. So we're going to be changing our present tense verbs to past tense verbs. That's another fancy word. Can you take that out of your mouth? Say past tense verbs. Past tense verbs. Very good. Past tense verbs are action words that already happened, that happened in the past. So let me show you what I mean. I know that sounds a little confusing. For example, the words tried and dried. Can you read those words with me? Tried, dried. Let me read you the sentences. Yesterday, I tried my best on my homework. I dried my hands last night. So tried and dried are both past tense verbs. That means both of these words already happened in the past. For example, I tried my best on my homework. It means yesterday I already did my homework. I finished it. I tried my best on my homework. I dried my hands last night. I'm telling you, I already dried my hands. I did it. So both of these words are past tense. So they're different. So did you notice how try was present tense? And we changed that to past tense by saying tried. I know it still sounds a little bit tricky. That's okay. We're going to keep practicing a little bit. To get a little bit more practice, I want us to break apart words that are both present tense and that are both past tense. All right, the first word I want us to break apart is the word cry. Cry, like the dog is going to cry. Cry. So let's take out our arm. Oh, before we break it apart, is cry present tense or past tense? That's right. Cry is present tense. It means it's going to happen right now. It happens right now. So let's break that word apart. Cry. Cry, cry, cry. I cry. Very good. Let's break apart the word dried. What's the word? Dried. Is dried present tense or past tense? Dried is past tense. Like our example of I dried my hands last night. It already happened. Dried. Let's break that word apart. Dried, dried, dried. 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 Very good. I think we're ready to learn our special rule. So I know it was a little bit confusing and a lot of big fancy words coming out of our mouths, but if you can remember this special rule, it's going to make spelling a little easier. So remember the special rule? The special rule is change the Y to I and add ED. Ooh, remember that special rule? Put it in your head. Oh, make sure it doesn't leave. Change the Y to I and add ED. Can you say that with me? Change the Y to I and I add ED. So that's the way I'm going to be changing my present tense verbs to past tense verbs. All right, let's see if we can do that. Okay, so, before we look at that, sorry. So this is a special rule. Don't forget it. Keep it in your head. Change the Y to I and I add ED. Now, this is an example. For example, the word try. I'm going to write the word try. The word try is present tense. But my rule says I change the Y to I and I add ED. So I'm going to have to change this Y to I. And is that it? Oh, and I add ED. I add ed. So now my word try becomes tried. Did you see how I changed the present tense verb to past tense verb? That's all we're doing. Okay, let's try another word. You guys are so good at this. And you can practice with me. So now is a good time to pick out your pencil. We can write this word together. I'm going to write the word dry. I wrote dry, D-R-Y, dry. Now dry is the present tense verb. My word is dry. And if I want to change it to past tense, what do I have to do? That's right. I have to change the Y to I, and I add ed. Ooh, you remember that special rule. Change the Y to I, and I add ed. Change the Y to I, and I add ed. That's what I did. I changed the Y to I, and I added ed. So that's all you're going to do. So if you have your paper and pencil out, perfect. You're already ready for our little spelling practice, okay? So there's going to be 3 words, and I'm going to tell you what the words are present tense, and all you have to do is write them past tense. Okay, so all you have to do is change the Y to I, and you add ed. Got it? All right, number 1. Number 1, the word is cry. The word is cry. We can still break it apart. Ready? Cry, cry, cry. I cry. All right, so go ahead and write the word cry down, but you're going to have to change that word to past tense. So you're going to have to change the Y to I and add ed. So number 1, your word should change to cried. Cried. Okay, go ahead. You should be writing the word cried. For example, the baby cried all of last night. Cried. So that's the word you're writing. Cried. I'll give you some moments to finish up. So as long as you remember our special rule, you should be able to do great. Okay, number 2. Number 2. The word is spied. Sorry, the word is spy. The present tense word is spy. What's the word? Spy. Let's break it apart. Ready? Spy, spy, spy. I, spy. So that's my present tense word. And it's up here for you to see it too. Spy. S-P-Y spells spy. But I want you to change that word to past tense. So change spy to spied. Remember the special rule. Change the Y to I and you add ed. Make sure you're changing your word to past tense. So my word should be spied. Spied. I spied on my little sister to see if she would play with my toys. Spied. The word is spied. Spied. So that's number 2. You should be changing it to past tense. Past tense. So all my words should have IED at the end. Okay, go ahead and finish that one up. Number 3. Number 3. The word, present tense word is fry. Fry. Let's break that word apart. Take your arm out. Fry, fry, fry. I, fry. Now if I'm changing it to past tense, my word is going to be fried. So go ahead and write the word fried. Fried. So make sure you're changing the Y to I and you're adding ED. Fried. Fried. I fried some chicken yesterday for dinner. Fried. Fried. So this word should be past tense. Past tense, meaning you change the Y to I and you add ED. Fried. And number 3 is also up here. You just have to change it. Okay. All right, now let's go. I'll leave this up here for a couple more seconds. And in a moment, I'm going to show you the correct answers. So go ahead, make sure you're changing 1, 2, and 3 to past tense. I'm going to show you the answers in just one little moment. Okay. All right. These are the answers. Number 1, the word was cry, but we changed it to past tense and our word became cried. Cried. So if you want to see it, this is how I do it. So cry, I changed my Y to I, and I add ED. My word becomes cried. All right, number 2, the word is spied. The word is spied. So I have my present tense word spy, but I changed the Y to I, and I add ED. So here's the I add ED. My word becomes spied. My word becomes spied. That's number 2. And number 3, my word present tense is fry. I change it to past tense and my word becomes fried. Fried. So I change my Y to I and I add ED. All right. So now, those are going to be all the words for today. Continue to practice the words that we've seen in this video and make sure to answer to the Google Doc where you'll be able to post your 2 sentences and answer a couple of questions about what we just learned today. All right, thank you so much for trying so hard and I'll see you next time. Bye, thank you.